Mr. Speaker, I lay before this Honourable House a progress report on the Economic Development Strategy 2023 to 2027. The Economic Development Strategy is Bermuda's roadmap for strengthening and diversifying the economy, creating opportunity for Bermudians and building a more secure and inclusive future. Economic development shapes the cost of living and the services Bermudians rely on. This report sets out what has been delivered, what is underway, and what comes next. Mr. Speaker, I will begin with Strategic Priority 1, Local and International Business Retention and Expansion, which focuses on retaining and expanding existing businesses by removing barriers to investment and jobs, and keeping Bermuda efficient, trusted, and competitive as global conditions evolve. The key highlights include expanded progress on residential and urban developments within Bermuda's economic empowerment zones, where the Urban Development Authority has identified 31 priority sites and developed conceptual designs that could deliver nearly 350 new residential units. The Bermuda Business Development Agency strengthening Bermuda's global competitiveness through enhanced industry engagement, targeted market research, and international outreach promoting the island's trust, fintech, and asset management sectors. And completing these efforts, the Bermuda Tourism Authority has expanded immersed cultural, culinary, and heritage offerings such as guided tours, art month, restaurant week, and live entertainment, contributing to higher cultural experience satisfaction and increased off-season visitation. Mr. Speaker, to start, the Bermuda Business Development Agency has now transitioned to an investment promotion agency and is working with industry leaders to understand what would make Bermuda more competitive. It has structured its work streams to focus on three main pillars: established, being financial services, risk, and insurance; proactive, high net worth services, legal and RegTech and InsurTech; and edge, explorational, the blue economy. The pillars are undergoing the next stage of intensive analysis to ensure the correct priorities, sectors, and markets are set. The Bermuda Business Development Agency also has been working to strengthen Bermuda's presence right where investment decisions are made, building relationships with those who shape fund structures and alternative investments, and ensuring that Bermuda's advantages are consistently presented. The goal is straightforward: to increase high-quality business activity and investment flows by showing up constantly with clarity and with the right partners at the table. Mr. Speaker, alongside market-facing work, competitiveness also depends on Bermuda's capacity to house the people of Bermuda within our economy. That is why significant work has been led by the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation and the Urban Development Authority to drive residential development and regeneration through approved residential schemes in the economic empowerment zones. This work has moved well beyond policy into active delivery, including island-wide mapping of development opportunities, updated needs and demand analysis, and early design concepts to shorten the path from interest to construction. Mr. Speaker, to unlock development at pace, and because revitalizing Hamilton and increasing the supply of housing in and around the city supports business activity and reduces pressure on the rental market, the Approved Residential Schemes program now includes the City of Hamilton. The Approved Hamilton Residential Scheme. One approved Hamilton Residential Scheme application has been approved, and more are in the process. In addition, the BEDC has introduced the Approved Residential Scheme Kickstart program, a guarantee-backed program that aims to reduce financial risk and support lending for major residential and mixed-use projects in all four of the island's EEZs. It is worth noting that many units across the island remain empty simply because the renovation costs place refurbishment out of reach for many homeowners. The private sector refurbishment program is bringing empty units back into use by offering up to $125,000 in interest-free support for reimbursement repaid from rental income. To date, 48 landlords have registered interest and 32 properties have been assessed. Mr. Speaker, Strategic Priority 1 also includes support for local business growth and entrepreneurship, and the BEDC is delivering a range of support products for that purpose. More broadly, the BDC is targeting the barriers that often block small business success, including cost, finance, skills, and access to market. This is delivered through concessions, financing support, incubators, and education programs, infrastructure support, and networking. Promoting Bermuda's development opportunities is also key to progressing economic development. In 2025, the BEDC and the Urban Development Authority hosted the first Bermuda Infrastructure and Development Summit during International Economic Development Week, convening local and international stakeholders to identify opportunities, gaps, and solutions. To support cost reduction and build capacity in the sector, the UDA also convened the 2025 Build Mixer, bringing international expertise on alternative building methods together with local stakeholders and site visits. Mr. Speaker, competitiveness also depends on a strong visitor economy and reliability of public services, and work is strengthening access and improving visitor experiences year-round. Airlift has strengthened over the past 2 years, causing total airline seats to go up by 51% and more than doubling in origin markets. In 2025, the Ministry of Tourism and Transport, Culture and Sports formally tasked the Bermuda Tourism Authority to lead the Air Service Development Committee to coordinate and execute Bermuda's airlift strategy. As such, the BTA continues to work closely with key stakeholders to ensure that airlift expansion aligns with visitor demands and supports long-term sustainability of routes. Looking ahead, the BTA is undertaking a detailed assessment of the incremental airlift requirements to support the reopening of Fairmont Southampton. The BTA is also shifting the visitor offer towards guided experiences led by local interpreters, supported by year-round arts, culture, sports, and heritage programming. Visitor satisfaction in 2025 increased by 15%. To strengthen service standards and support the hospitality workforce, the BTA launched Anchor Bermuda, which more than 250 people have completed. Anchor BDA is part of BTA Plus, an online learning platform that has so far offered 400 courses to over 895 users. Mr. Speaker, in agriculture, practical steps have been taken to support local production and resilience with technical assistance, better infrastructure, and targeted policy improvements. The integrated agriculture strategy is advancing food and nutritional resilience by modernizing infrastructure and strengthening services to farmers. Key deliverables include the completion of an arable land audit, upgraded post-harvest storage capacity, and modernized inspection and surveillance capability. Furthermore, work is ongoing that ensures that Agriculture Service Center remains fully operational and ready to support farmers. Mr. Speaker, regarding the blue economy, employment planning work has progressed. The draft Marine Spatial Plan is complete and the draft blue economy strategy has been prepared. Next steps depends on drafting and enacting the Marine Development Act, which will provide the framework to take both documents forward. Indeed, honorable members will recall that the Marine Resource Enforcement Strategy was laid in the House last Friday to address protection and existing protected areas. Mr. Speaker, the House will also be aware of my recent announcements of Bermuda's fintech strategy, which sets out a clear plan to grow the sector responsibly and ensure that Bermudans benefit from the opportunities that it creates. Bermuda's fintech strategy is focused on adoption, trust, and Bermudian opportunity. Over the review period, licensing activity under the Digital Asset Business Act has increased significantly, alongside continual growth in innovative insurer licenses, reflecting sustained international interest in Bermuda's regulated offerings. Notably, companies holding the most mature form of double authorization, the Class F full license, increased from 8 in 2022 to 18 in 2024. At the first quarter of 2021, the Bermuda Monetary Authority had issued a total of 39 digital asset licenses and 14 insurtech licenses across all class types. Maintaining an efficient, business-friendly operating environment remains essential. As recently as 2 weeks ago, the BDA launched the Bermuda Leadership Exchange Stakeholder Series to align joint activities and communications and to use stakeholder insight to strengthen competitiveness and the ease of doing business. Mr. Speaker, this concludes my update on Strategic Priority 1, Local and International Business Retention and Expansion. My next update to this Honorable House will cover the next two strategic priorities: business attraction and investment promotion, and entrepreneurship and small business development. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.